Hello, welcome or welcome back. My name is Ari, and welcome to week 2 of my alphabet reading challenge. For those of you who have missed it in previous videos, or if you're new here, I am trying to read one book for every letter of the alphabet in March. I am currently on the letter F. I read A through E last weekend. Technically I finished E today, and technically I am wearing the exact same outfit that you saw at the end of the last video because it's the same day. I just had to edit last week's vlog, so I did that. It's ready to go. Recording again, starting with the letter F. Same outfit. Also, I noticed that I wear this thing a whole lot in my video. It's just like a, I don't even know what this is. This is like a sweater that I just put on when I'm chilly because I wear mostly tank tops all the time. So you'll see me wear it all the time. You're here to figure out what book I am reading next. If you guys saw my TBR game at the end of last month, you will know that I rolled a book that you do not want to read, and for that book I chose the book that is both like a genre and trope that I absolutely hate, and it's also the lowest rated book on my owned TBR. I actually think it's the lowest rated book on my TBR, period, owned or not owned. And that began with an F, so it's what I'm reading next, which is Four Seasons at Angelino'S. This is a contemporary romance with awful ratings, so I am not looking forward to this, but at least it's short. Which I can't say about any of the books I read last week, so at least it's short. And the book that I read before this, Ellison, was fantastic, and the book that I'm reading after this is supposed to be a 5-star prediction. So at least I'm surrounding it with good, even though I expect nothing but horrible, awful things from this book. But I will be back in seconds for you, and probably a day or so for me, with my letter G. Hello, I'm sorry. I just finished Four Seasons at Angelino'S, and I know I'm not really reviewing books or talking about them at all in this video, but I have to share this experience with everybody because I had to go through it. Now, I am going to have like a longer in-depth discussion on all of these books in my mid-month wrap-up, but I highly encourage that if you own this book, that you throw it in the trash. And if you don't own this book, don't ever purchase this book. If it's on your TBR, I highly encourage you to remove it from your TBR. If I was not reading this for my TBR game and said that I would not DNF the book that I got for that role, no matter how bad it was, I would have DNF'd this book on page 4, and I am instantly removing that rule from my game. Like, I am not going through this again. So, I have a great review on Goodreads if you want to go check that out, but for right now I'm going to talk to you about my tabs. Like, you see all of the lots of tabs I have in here? So I started with every macro or microaggression in this book. I put a blue tab. And then I ran out of blue tabs, so I switched to purple. And then I ran out of that color of purple and switched to the other color of purple. And then I ran out of that color and just opened a new pack of tabs and went back to the other shade of purple. Yeah, every single one of those blue and purple tabs is a macro or microaggression. The orange tabs are just blatantly stupid statements, and the lone pink tab is like the one time somebody said something that made sense and called out the main character for her being such a horrible person. Anyway, more on that later. I need to bleach my brain And fortunately, the letter G is up next, and for that I am reading The Galaxy and the Ground. The Galaxy and the Ground Within. That doesn't sound right. It is the name of the book. I don't know what the ground, I guess the ground within the galaxy. Anyway, The Galaxy and the Ground Within by Becky Chambers, which I know is not going to be problematic and I'm going to love. Now, this book is interesting because it released in the UK in January or February, I would say. Either like late January or really early February, but it doesn't release in the US until April. So if you're in the US and you want it now, you can order it from a UK-based bookstore and they will mail it to you. And the UK-based bookstores have like these pretty colors. If you want it in the US, it doesn't come out till April 20th. Those have these pretty covers. This is the exact same book by Becky Chambers with the UK and the US edition, because I'm that bitch. Anyway, I have an ARC of this from NetGalley, so I'm going to read my ARC, and I have ordered or pre-ordered the US cover for it. I will probably order the UK cover once it comes out in paperback, but not right now, because I have an ARC and I don't need to order it early. But yeah, I'm gonna go read that, and hopefully that Becky Chambers and her beloved, wholesome, sweet writing will bleach my brain from the trash that I just finished. Hello, it is time for the letter H. But the letter H is in that box. So I have to go record an unboxing for this, but I'll be right back with the book that's in this box. Oh, it's fancy seeing you again. Do you like my new hairband that I got out of my book box? Anyway, for the letter H from the Feminist Book Club book box for March is Here Comes the Sun by Nicole Dennis Benn. I have no idea what this is about, other than it's a Beatles song and it takes place in the Caribbean. But it's the next book. I will see you for I? Yeah, I know the alphabet. Totally. I actually have a whole ass stack of books to choose from. All of these books start with the letter I. So, the first book on the stack is The Invisible Man by Ralph Ellison. I'm going to tell you straight up that this book is automatically out of the running. It's over like 600 pages and I just need to chill with the long books and read a couple around the 300 page range. The rest of the books that I have in this stack do qualify, so I'm still picking. Next I have An Illusion of Thieves by Kate Glass. I don't know what this is about. So basically this chick is the courtesan to a Shadow Lord, and her brother is caught thieving and she has to give up her influence and be banished in order to, you know, save his life or whatever. And then things. Next up is Illusionarium by Heather Dixon. I again don't know what this is about. Apparently a guy is about to leave university and he finds out a new chemical that allows people to share hallucinations. Why was that word hard to say? And apparently he has the rare ability to control those hallucinations. The final book that I have is I Have No Secrets by Penny Jolson, and I actually do know what this one is about. This one is about a girl who is a paraplegic and she does not have the ability to communicate, really. She can't speak. I don't think she has enough control of her body to like use a computer to speak or anything like that. And her sister's boyfriend is a serial killer who tells her all about these people that he is murdering. And apparently the main character gets the opportunity to undergo some sort of treatment, surgery, I'm not sure, and she will be able to talk after that. And so it's some sort of thriller about how she knows all this guy's secrets about being a serial killer, but she's got to survive long enough to be able to tell the police. So I'm not really particularly drawn to any of these books. Like, they all sound equally fine. So I'm gonna ask somebody what they think. Okay, I asked my friend Mike to pick a book for me, and over Discord, and I'm gonna pop up a picture of the conversation here. If you are interested in PUBG esports, please follow my friend Mike on Twitter. His handle's right here. I think it's PourSourceNA, but I'm not 100% sure, so I'm gonna type it out over here. Anyway, as you saw, he picked An Illusion of Thieves by Kate Glass, and hopefully he doesn't suck at picking books, because I'm going to blame him if this is horrible. Regardless of the fact that I was the one who gave him the books to pick, it's still his fault if this is bad. Next up for the letter J is Jude the Obscure by Thomas Hardy. Now, this book was the book that I chose for the prompt ugly cover, I believe. And I've been told that I will like Thomas Hardy's writing by a lot of people throughout the years, but Jude the Obscure was never the book that was recommended to me, so I don't know if this is going to go over well or not. I guess we'll find out. Next up for the letter K, one of my 5-star predictions this year and a new release that came out on March 2nd, which is Clara and the Sun by Kazu Ishiguro. This is sci-fi, and it's about a robot that stands in a corner of a shop and never gets purchased. And that's all I know. So, let's find out. I am the horror novel version of Clashing Colors and Patterns right now, which is perfect because for the letter L, I'm reading a horror novel. It is Litany of Dreams. I have no idea who it's by because I don't have a physical copy to look at and I'm too lazy to go to my computer, which is like 3 steps that direction. Anyway, Gotham horror, or no, this is an Arkham horror novel. Does that mean Batman? Am I getting a Batman novel? I have no idea. I just like this cover. I literally picked up this book as an ARC for absolutely no reason other than I liked the cover. End of story. Let's see if my cover buy was worth it. So, it turns out that Arkham Horror has fuck all to do with Batman and everything to do with Cthulhu, which, you know, those are not fandoms I would have thought that I would have mixed up in any way if you would have asked me about it a week ago, but here we are. Arkham Horror is a tabletop game inspired by Lovecraftian mythos, and they took the tabletop game and created a very small, at this point, book series about it, which is like exactly the same concept as Forgotten Realms is to Dungeons and Dragons, except for both on a much smaller scale. Anyway, instead of picking the next book for the letter M, I'm going to delay that to next week because I have a couple of BookBok books that I need to read that don't really fit into the alphabet anywhere, or I mean, they obviously fit into the alphabet, but they're letters that I've already read before the book boxes showed up. So I need to get through those, and the next week's video will start with the letter M. If you're interested in my opinion on any of the books that I read, either this week's vlog or last week's vlog, then my mid-month wrap-up is going to be up on Thursday, and it will cover all of those books. So make sure to subscribe so you don't miss that video, and I'll see you then. Bye!